first trip to New Zealand.
What do you think of it so far?
So, we haven't had really a chance to, see the sights and everything. I kind of missed out on an opportunity today. But, I just had to make some phone calls and call home and check in with everybody. So, But so far so good. Everyone seems to be pretty friendly, so.
I saw your blog on WWE.com today.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
That was good that you got time to do that.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a blog pretty much every day that we're down here.
Yeah.
So here, New Zealand and Australia for the next 5 days. So pretty cool to get that opportunity to kind of take notes and, let people know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, okay, what first got you interested in wrestling?
Well, I've always been a fan. I was actually born in Jamaica, but my family moved to the United States when I was pretty young. So I've been in the States for quite some time. I would always just watch Saturday mornings, and I never really got a chance to see like the pay-per-views or anything. But guys like the $1 Million Man, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I was always into the people, like the kung fu people, like the with the kicks and everything. So Ricky Steamboat, Orient Express. It was always something that intrigued me. I actually used to have a Bugs Bunny doll that was about 3 feet high. Practice wrestling moves on him, like the figure 4 and everything. And then my brother and sister grew up to be an age where I could practice on them. But before that, I was practicing on Bugs.
Outstanding.
So it was good though. It was good.
So you mentioned Ricky Steamboat, Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. Who else did you grow up watching? Like, someone that you find has a real influence on you now?
You know what? To be honest, every day it changes. I am influenced by a lot of people. Mainly Ricky Steamboat. I always wanted to cheer for him. And again, he was the Dragon. He had the martial arts background. There's so many. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Bret Hart, Owen Hart. It's a lot of people. I can't even. If people ask me who my favorite wrestler is, and I can't really put my finger on it because, like I said, I like so many things from so many different people.
Yeah.
And it changes every day.
You've spent time in all of WWE's training territories, even the ones like OVW and DCW now that are not used anymore.
Right.
What's that experience been like getting to work in all three, FCW, OVW, DCW?
Well, I originally got signed in September '06 to Deep South, and we trained with Bill DeMott, which was more of a rigorous type deal. Bill is no longer with us, and Dr. Tom Pritchard took over. But I did have the opportunity. It's almost like working the territories because back in the days we used to have territories. Now WWE kind of owns everything. Kind of the big wigs. But with the different developmental territories, it gave us an opportunity to learn from different styles. Al Snow up in OVW had a different philosophy than Bill DeMott in Deep South, who has a different philosophy from Dr. Tom. So it's almost, we're very fortunate to be able to learn from so many different people who definitely have paid their dues in the industry and are willing to pass that knowledge on to us. So it's been great, and it's just been a great experience to learn different styles basically.
What do you think of WWE ditching OVW and DSW as training territories?
Well, I'm not sure. For me, I'll train wherever they tell me to train. I really don't get involved in all like the business aspects. I know that there were probably some business reasons behind them doing that. Me, I focus on my training and what I'm doing at the time. Again, it was great to learn. I'm glad that I did get the opportunity to learn from them while they were still there. So as far as the different territories, again, it was they were good. It was good to have that that diversity. But FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, we have so many people down in Florida. Gerald Briscoe's down in Florida. Batista's down in Florida. Dusty Rhodes, now he's down there. That's right. So it's almost like we have everything in that facility. So it's kind of getting a taste of everything without necessarily having to go to different places.
Cool. Well, you've been with ECW since December last year.
Right.
has it been everything you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, everything and more.
Oh,
Everything
yeah?
and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's ECW has been great. It's been a lifelong dream to wrestle for WWE and to actually, you know, we shot the promo videos, you know, the vignettes before introductory videos, November, December, throughout January, and I actually debuted midway through January, January 22nd of this year. So it has been most certainly a journey, and I haven't even been involved, maybe just about 6 months.
Yeah.
So, and so much has happened. I've learned so much, because being on the road with WWE is a lot different than being in the developmental, you know, and you learn so much in developmental, but it's almost like you know nothing when you get to WWE, you know. So it's a whole learning experience, and I love learning, and I love doing what we do as WWE athletes and superstars.
How do you find it being on the road, especially getting to visit different countries like this?
It is a lot of travel, but at the same time, it's most certainly worth it, because if I wasn't with WWE, I would not be, you know, I would not get the opportunity to go to places like New Zealand or Australia or South America, Central America, Europe, you know, and to go there and perform in front of different types of crowds and different types of people. So it's definitely pretty cool, living the dream.
Okay. What's your response to fans who complain that ECW is not the way it used to be, you know, back in the 90s? What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, again, it's something different. If they're expecting ECW of old, you know, they might not get that, but if they tune into us, they will get something that is worth watching. You know, it's definitely a different product per se, but it's still a very good product. You have several very good athletes in there, you know, the new up-and-comers. Evan Bourne, he just debuted a couple of weeks ago. He's a phenomenal athlete, and you'll be able to see a lot of him in the future. You know, you have Kane, you know, Chavo, CM Punk, a lot of different people in different styles, and everyone's trying to struggle to get to the same place. So I mean, if they don't, they will like what they see, even though it's not exactly what it used to be.
Had you ever been a fan of that hardcore style, and is it something you'd want to give a go yourself?
I never really got. I wasn't a hardcore fan. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Back in the days, but I have gotten the opportunity to learn from some of the people who, you know, the ECW originals. Tommy Dreamer, he's a big help. Definitely a good guy to have in the locker room in terms of, you know, you can always go to him with any kind of questions or concerns that you have, and he's always willing to help out the youths and the people who are up and coming. So, I mean, you know, I wasn't involved with ECW back then, but the ECW originals now we're able to, again, you know, take that knowledge from guys like Tommy Dreamer, Stevie Richards, you know, and guys who built the old ECW and are kind of passing the torch on to us.
And I imagine that since Tommy Dreamer had been working in OVW as a trainer as well, that must help to have him there, you know, in the locker room. Yeah,
absolutely. Again, he knows a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and things that you as a rookie would not necessarily know. So he's always kind of looking out for us, and he's definitely a good person to have around.
Excellent. So, what's it been like working with Shelton Benjamin?
Well, Shelton Benjamin, he's been a thorn in my side, you know, to be honest. I think he's kind of starved for attention. He doesn't like the fact that, you know, new, young, up-and-comers are coming in, you know, and that's what ECW is doing, you know, bringing in the new guys. And, you know, Shelton's been around for quite some time. Maybe he feels that, you know, he hasn't gotten the respect that he deserves or whatever, you know. I will say I do enjoy working with him because I feel like he's very competitive and I'm very competitive, so we kind of feed off each other, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Shelton wants to be the best. He tries to do something. I want to be the best, so I do something. So we're kind of always trying to top each other, you know. So it's been good. It'll be a good experience for me to, you know, take and further my career.
So, you've been working with Shelton now, and that's been good. Who are you looking forward to working with in the future?
You know, I'm looking forward to working with CM Punk, to be honest, because
he's got a great style.
he has a great style, a unique style. I also have a unique style, so I think we would match up pretty well. You know, hopefully let him cash in that money in the bank, let him become champion, and then let me get my shot at him. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
so we'll see.
What's been your most memorable match so far in ECW?
Most memorable match? Well, I would have to say my first match. Coming out.
How did it feel stepping up there in front of the crowd?
It was incredible. It was almost overwhelming because, again, this is something that I've wanted for so long. And to, you know, you go through developmental and it's, you know where you want to be. And sometimes you kind of, you know, it takes a while for it to happen. But when it does happen, everything happens so fast. You know, all of a sudden you get a call, oh, you know, it's time for you to come up and you have to be ready. So even throughout the day, things change so much, so you don't know exactly what's going on. And I try not to count my chickens before they hatch. You know what I'm saying? I don't get excited until things actually happen. So when I actually walk through the curtain, I definitely, you know, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. But you know, came out and kind of sighed, you know, and exhaled and realized that this, you know, it's going. This is it. It's happened, and it's going to be a wild ride.
What's something that fans would be surprised to learn about Kofi Kingston?
Something that fans would be surprised. Well, in terms of diet, I eat whatever I want to eat. Because I mean, here I am complaining, but my metabolism is very fast. So if I don't eat a lot of calories and whatnot, then I get really skinny, you know. So trying to, you know, I'm already one of the smaller guys on the roster, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to stay big and trying to stay, you know, presentable, you know what I'm saying? And people are a lot of people are stronger than I am, so I really have to stay on my A game as far as being up to weight and being, you know, just bigger, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So, what's the future hold? Where are you looking to go from here? You just started, so you know, what's the big plan?
Well, again, you know me, I don't look too far in the future. I don't again count my chickens before they hatch. Right now, I want for me and Shelton to be settled, because every time I get involved in a match, he always seems to want to poke his head in and interfere, or you know. So I'm having trouble focusing on what's going on. I feel like me and him need to, you know what I'm saying, finish business, you know what I'm saying, because quite frankly, he's a thorn in my side, and I'm getting kind of tired of him, to be honest. But ultimately, you know, I think everyone's goal in WWE is to be champion. Right now I'm in ECW, so my goal is to be ECW champion for sure. And, you know, it's just a matter of getting there. I think I've had a pretty solid start, so just try to keep it going.
Well, Kofi, thanks very much for your time today, and all the best with that, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in action here tonight.
Oh, all right,
so
I appreciate that. Nice to meet you.
And you.